Hello, Leos, and welcome to your Tarotscope for April 2020. First, I'm going to begin with the theme for the month, and the theme is diving for light. I feel that there is a little bit of whelm. Actually, when I was laying out the cards, one of the first things that I thought of was family. And on top of that was the fact that Leo is a fixed sign, so the concept of security and the how you feel best when you have the things that you consider to be stable to sit within that particular realm or operate within those perimeters. You don't mind so much if it goes in and out here or there a little bit, but within reason. And the instability at this time really shakes that desire for stability. And so just the overwhelm from that. It's not the virus itself for some of you that's bothering you as much as the fact that there's just so much instability. And even though you may, for the most part, kind of enjoy a little bit of chaos, not like this, not in this sort of package, not within these perimeters. And so there's just this need to switch your focus so that you are looking at the lighter side of things. Things that will kind of bring you up a little bit, maybe raise you above the experiences that you're having, and kind of forget about things for a little bit. I really do feel that there's a need for you to forget about the way the chaos is right now and how it's just blasting through your perimeters of stability for life and love and family. And this feels very family oriented. So there's just this need to, and I find it interesting, it says diving for light, but when I think of diving, we think of going down deep, but for me this is more of a reaching up, diving upward, diving up into the universe, kind of a rocket ship sort of feeling, an upwards motion. And there's nothing wrong with letting go of the news for a day, letting go of reports on how things are progressing, whichever avenue you may be looking at regarding the chaos that's outside. And just realize that no matter how chaotic it is, there are still things within your personal perimeter that you have some control over to some degree, and just operate within that and try to bring light. And I feel that there's even a call for you to be the light bringer into your house in some way. There are those of you that are in the family who kind of, even if they don't realize it, kind of lean on your stability of personality. Like, you have the characteristics of being a bit stable. And so since you're experiencing what you're experiencing, it's sort of making you not nearly as stable in character as you usually are. That, rock that you usually are for other people who are around you, who rely on you to be that rock, they're getting a little shook too. And so there's just a little bit of a need for you to really reach for the lighter side of things, even if it's just a couple times or moments throughout the day here and there, so that your personal foundation is strong. And that can have a ripple effect too on the people who are involved in your life. And like I said, there seems to be family or connection on a familial level. So even if it's not family that you're close to, but you have people who are in your life who feel like family, this still applies along that line. So just to feed and nurture yourself, you need to take time to kind of not get too rooted in the situation and allow yourself to release a little bit so that you can bring light to yourself and then to other people as a result. So your strength for the month, we have the Lovers. Again, back to the whole family connection. Usually people see this card and they think right away about that love connection, however that may mean for you. And yes, this is true, but I'm still feeling that family vibe. So it's Lovers, but what gives us that, what feeds our heart. This is your strength, what feeds your heart. You need to take moments to tap into what feeds your heart, so that can flow through the rest of you, so that when you are going back to look at whatever news reports that you are following right now because you want to stay informed, you are still internally stable. So what feeds your heart, that's your strength. And when you get overwhelmed or suffocated, that's the light that you're diving for. You need to dive into your heart center. You need to really focus on just what feeds your heart. I can't say it any better than that. And I'm just going to keep repeating myself if I keep going. So essentially, your strength is feed your heart center. Do that, and it'll feed your soul, and it'll feed your stability, and that'll have a rippling effect to those around you. And then in turn, they can kind of come in and feed you. They can help to be your light every once in a while. But there's just a little bit too much unsettling that it's almost to a point of creating an insecurity within and then of course around you on a very personal individual level. So this is kind of flip it around as you work through the month of April, and your strength for the month of April is feeding your heart center. Your obstacle, King of Wands. Politics. This comes up, politics. Like right away I was like, politics. It's like screamed in my ear. The political side is just creating its own havoc for you. Wherever you are in the world, whatever viewpoint you have, there's parts of it that's just, yeah, the politicalness is just, it's its own monster in all of this, and it's just not helping. So that's going to be your obstacle, and if you got to set boundaries and how much you consume of this in a day. And you got to make sure that the balance between this versus the heart center is properly proportioned to keep you feeling sound and strong and stable. So, yeah, and that goes back to diving for that light. You know, if you get too steeped into the political monster and just the monsters of the chaos that is going on, you get too rooted, and that's what kind of holds you down. It's like being underwater and holding weights. You need to let go so you can go up for air once in a while. And so the way you do that is let go of the weights, grab that which, creates buoyancy, which is something that feeds your heart center so that you can go for that light. Yeah, that's your April for you. I really hope this gives you inspiration, gives you something to help navigate through the month of April. It makes you feel empowered. I hope you have a good April. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I will see you next month. Blessings.